What is the use of Java? We are going to develop applications, right? We are going to develop applications. So, what kind of applications we are going to develop? We are going to develop applications. So, what kind of applications we are going to develop? What kind of applications? Basically, we are going to develop standalone applications. Standalone applications. Next one is web applications. Web applications. Web applications or enterprise applications. Enterprise applications. Next one is mobile applications. Mobile applications. We are going to develop these three kind of applications using Java. So standalone applications means what? Nothing but desktop applications. Standalone applications means nothing but desktop applications. Desktop.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Madhukar. This is
Yeah. Hi.
Revati.
Yeah. Please keep in mute. We'll discuss. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So by using Java, what we are going to do? We are going to develop these three kinds of applications. So one is standalone applications or desktop applications. Next one is web applications, and the next one is mobile applications. Desktop applications means what? Whatever the so all the installable softwares we call it as desktop applications. Installable softwares means what? Like VLC Media Player, MS Office, whatever the softwares we are installing in our system, only we can use. Others cannot use. All those applications we call it as desktop applications. So like VLC Media Player, MS Office, all the installable softwares we call it as desktop applications. Next one is web applications. Web applications means what? Which runs on web server all over the globe. Anyone can use. Okay, like Facebook is there, Gmail. Okay, all the web applications we call it as which runs on web server. Okay, all over the globe. Anyone can use those applications. Okay. Next, mobile applications means what? All the Android related applications we call it as mobile applications. Like Hike, WhatsApp. Okay, all these applications are mobile applications. So by using Java, we are going to develop these three kinds of applications. By using Java, what we are going to do? We are going to develop these three kinds of applications. Now my question is, even though we are developing these three kinds of applications, most of the applications are what? Web applications only. Almost 90% of the applications are what? Web applications only. So now my question is to develop web applications. Before going to discuss about these web applications, generally we are saying that core Java and advanced Java, right? What does it mean? What is meant by core Java and what is meant by advanced Java? So whoever is not able to hear, could you please rejoin? Teja, please rejoin. A minute. Okay. Now see here, every day we are calling it as core Java and advanced Java, right? What does it mean? What is core Java and what is advanced Java? Can someone tell me? You can unmute and speak or else can ping in chat box. Anything is fine. Java is given by whom? From the company Sun Microsystem, right? Java is given by James Gosling from the company Sun Microsystems. Of course, now it is acquired by what? Oracle. Now it is acquired by Oracle. Okay. So what he has done basically? See, remember one thing. These Sun Microsystem people or James Gosling, whoever it may be, they never given core Java and advanced Java. Okay. So this core Java and advanced Java is given by our academics. Okay. To understand properly, they have given they have made as core Java and advanced Java. But in real time, basically, we don't have any core Java and advanced Java. What this James Gosling and his team has given, basically, they have given three editions for us. Basically, what they have given? They have given three editions for us. What are those? JSE, JEE, and JME. JSE stands for JSE stands for what? Java Standard Edition. Java Standard Edition. Next, JEE stands for Java Enterprise Edition. JME stands for Java Micro Edition. Java Micro Edition. So basically, we have these three editions: JSE, JEE, and JME. By using JSE, we are going to develop standalone applications. We are going to develop what? Standalone applications. By using JEE, we are going to develop web or enterprise applications. See, enterprise applications means business related applications like Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, or IRCTC, hospital related applications, okay, finance related applications. These applications we call it as enterprise applications, which are nothing but business related applications. Okay, so by using JEE, what we are going to develop? We are going to develop web as well as, yeah, Sahitya here told us same thing, right? We are going to develop applications. These kind of applications we are going to develop by using Java. Yeah, why only Java? I'll discuss. So by using JEE, what we are going to do? We are going to develop web as well as enterprise applications. Web as well as enterprise applications. Next, last one is by using Java Micro Edition. What we are going to do? We are going to develop mobile applications. We are going to develop what? So these three kinds of applications we are going to develop by using Java. Now my question is to develop this kind of applications. For example, I told you right already, we are going to develop mostly web applications. We are going to develop mostly web applications. Right now, my question is to develop web applications. Why we are using only Java? Why not other programming languages? We may have different programming languages, right? But why we are choosing only Java? Why only Java? So we have to develop web applications. We have multiple programming languages, right? We have like PHP is there, okay, .NET is there, Python is there, okay, multiple programming languages here. But why we are choosing only Java? There is a valid reason for that. All the upcoming technologies are developed using Java. If we learn Java, we can migrate to any new technology very easily. That is the reason. Okay, that is the reason. See, for example, what are the upcoming technologies? First, take this point. Why only Java means all the upcoming technologies, all the upcoming technologies are developed using Java. Okay, if we learn Java, we can migrate to any new technology very easily. If we can migrate to any new technology, any new technology very easily. Okay, for example, see what are the upcoming technologies nowadays. You heard about Hadoop and big data, right? Okay, see what are the upcoming technologies. What are the upcoming technologies we are having? See, you heard about Salesforce, right? Salesforce, Salesforce, cloud computing, or else we have Pega BPM tool. Okay, Hadoop and big data, Hadoop and big data, or else Selenium is there. Okay, Selenium. So we have multiple upcoming technologies. Okay, what my intention is here, all the upcoming technologies are developed using Java. If you learn this, if you learn Java, we can migrate to any new technology very easily. If you learn Java, we can migrate to any new technology very easily. For example, if you're working in .NET or PHP, in future if you want to migrate to Selenium or some other thing, compulsory again you need to learn Java. This is the reason why we are learning. One of the reason. We have multiple reasons. One of the reason is this one. Okay, but what are the features we are having in the Java programming language? The same features we are having in other programming languages as well. But the only reason is all the latest technologies or new technologies are developed using Java. If you learn Java, we can migrate to any new technology very easily. We can choose why we are going for this new technology. It may be for the it may be for the purpose of hike or upgrading to new technologies. We may have multiple reasons to upgrade, right? So all these upcoming technologies are developed using Java. If we learn Java, we can migrate to any new technology very easily. That is the reason. Okay. Clear? Any questions? Any questions, everyone? Are we good? Good, right? Fine. Now the next point is, see, I told you, right? Even though we are going to develop all these kind of applications, so most of the applications are web applications only, right? Basically, to develop any kind of web application, we need three layers to develop any kind of web applications, any kind of web applications, web applications. Basically, we need three layers. What are the three layers we are having? What are the three layers we are having? One is presentation layer. One is presentation layer. Second one is business layer. Second one is business layer. And the third one is persistence layer. Remember one thing, not only by using Java, you take any programming language. You can take .NET, PHP, Python, whatever it may be. If you want to develop a web application, compulsory we need to have these three layers. Compulsory we need to have these three layers. What are the three layers? Presentation layer, business layer, and persistence layer. Okay. So here, presentation layer means we can call it as presentation layer means multiple names we are having. We can call it as user interface as well, okay, or else you can call it as front end part. Multiple names we are having. Okay, here for the purpose of user interface we are using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Of course, nowadays on top of this we are using Angular as well. On top of this we are using, we can use React as well, React.js. Multiple scripting technologies also we are using. Okay, now see, for the purpose of business layer, here we can use Java or .NET or PHP based on the requirements, based on the application we are going to use. Okay, and persistence layer means we call it as database layer. Persistence layer means what? We call it as what? Database layer. Here, here we are going to use Oracle, Oracle or MySQL or any database like MongoDB. Different database we are having. So compulsory, if you want to develop any kind of web application, we need to have these three layers: presentation layer, business layer, and persistence layer. Okay, fine. Now see here, as a part of our Java application development, what are the things we are going to discuss? Okay, now before that, in order to work with Java application development, what are the softwares we need to install? I'll explain you. Then we'll go for how we are going to discuss our concepts. So what are the softwares we are going to install? Software installation. So we are going to work with JDK 1.8 version. First thing, we are going to work with JDK 1.8 version. Next thing, and most important thing, from day one onwards, we are going to work with Eclipse IDE. We are not going to practice anything on Notepad. Why? Because if you join in any organization, so there you are not going to work with Notepad or Notepad plus plus or any other editors. Completely, you are going to work with Eclipse IDE. So here we are going to start practicing from day one onwards. Each and every concept we are going to work on Eclipse IDE only. Okay, so you need to download Eclipse, and it is not installable software. Just it is a zip file. You are going to give the path, and we are going to work. And the next one is we need one database, right? For this purpose, we are going to use MySQL database. For that purpose, we are going to use what? MySQL database. And one more is to develop web applications, we need one server, right? For that purpose, we are going to install Apache Tomcat web server. For that purpose, we are going to install what? Apache Tomcat web server. Apache Tomcat web server. These are the basic things, basic softwares we need to install. As of now, for the purpose of Core Java or JSP part, we are going to discuss with those two things. Going forward, we are going to use with MySQL database and Apache Tomcat server. Okay, these are the basic softwares we need to install before practicing. Now, how we are going to start our sessions? Okay, as a part of Java full stack, what are the things we are going to discuss? See, basically, we are going to start our sessions with JSP part, which we call it as Core Java. Okay, we are going to start with Core Java. Once if you are good with Core Java, we are going to discuss about Java 8 features as well as a part of Core Java only. Once if you are good with these things, we are going to discuss about Advanced Java. Okay, what does it mean? As a part of JEE, here we are going to have JDBC, Servlets, and JSP. Okay, these three things we are having. But in order to communicate our Java application with database, you need to have knowledge on database, right? So before starting advanced Java, I'm going to take sessions on MySQL database. MySQL database. Okay. Next, we are going to develop web applications by using servlets and JSP. We are going to develop web applications by using servlets and JSP. The thing is, to develop web applications, you need to have knowledge on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well. So for 3 or 4 days, okay, we are not going to put that much time, but at least for 3 or 4 days, we are going to take sessions on. So here we are going to discuss on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These things we are going to discuss. Okay. See, this is one part. Basically, nowadays, no one is going to work on JDBC servlets and JSP. So, what we are going to work? Basically, here we will be having frameworks. One is Hibernate framework, and the second one is Spring framework. Again, see, we have some limitations in JDBC. We have some limitations in JDBC, some problems in JDBC. To overcome the limitations of JDBC, we are going for Hibernate framework. We are having some limitations in JDBC. To overcome the limitations of JDBC, we are going for Hibernate framework. Similarly, to develop web applications, we are having Solid and JSP, right? Still, we have some limitations. So that's why we are going for Spring modules. Okay. See, if you are having problems in existing technologies, that's why we are going for new technologies. Okay. Before Spring framework, we have Struts framework, but the problem is by using Struts framework, only we can develop web applications. By using Struts framework, what we can do? Only we can develop web applications. But by using Spring framework, we can develop any kind of applications. We can develop any kind of applications. Again, here we are having some modules like later on we are going to discuss. The modules are IOC, JDBC, MVC, ORM, AOP. We are having these modules. Okay. So here even in Spring Framework also we are having some limitations. To overcome the limitations of Spring Framework, we are going for Spring Boot. Okay. So we are having some limitations in Spring Framework. That's why we are going for Spring Boot. Going forward, we are going to discuss about RESTful Web Services, REST API, and then we are going to discuss about microservices. Including this, we are having some real-time tools. We are having some real-time tools. Every day we are going to work with these things. One is JUnit for the purpose of unit testing. Okay. Another one is Maven. It is a build tool. In order to work with frameworks, you need to have one build tool, right? Previously, we are going to use React. Nowadays, we are using Maven. It is a build tool. Next one is Log4j. So, for example, if you are having some issues to debug those code, we are going to use Log4j statements. And one more important is Jira tool. Jira tool means how they are going to assign the work, how they are going to assign the tickets, those things we are going to discuss. Okay. So one more important tool is GitHub. It is a repository. Every day, whatever the code you are writing, right? That code, how we are going to check in the code, how we are going to check out the code, how to commit code. So these things we are going to discuss in GitHub. So as a part of real-time environment, we are going to discuss about these tools as well. Okay. See, as a part of Java, we are going to discuss all these things. Other than these things, last 7 days to 1 week, we are going to discuss about some UI part. Okay. like related to AngularJS, means it is the basic version, and then we are going to discuss about Angular 2 and 8. Current version is everyone is using 8, right? So what are the current problems we are having in previous versions and why we are going for Angular 8 and how to develop Angular 8 application we are going to discuss. Other than these things, I am going to discuss like 2 days on MongoDB, and mostly I'm going to discuss like 2 or 3 days on React JS as well. Why? Because these are the training technologies, right? So we are going to discuss about this complete UI part on high level. We are going to discuss for 10 days. We are going to discuss for 10 days. Complete duration is 2 months, but including UI part, it will take 2 months 10 days to 2 months 15 days. All these things we are going to discuss as a part of Java full stack. See, Java developer means in the previous days we are going to work only on Java only, but nowadays as a part of full stack developer, completely you are going to work on UI part as well. You are going to work on database team as well. Okay, in each and every environment you need to work. This is about a brief introduction related to Java full stack. And just a minute, I'll show you how to download this Java software. Simply go to Google. Go to Google here. JDK 1.8 download. JDK 1.8 download. So see here, you need to click on this one. See, mine is Windows 64-bit, so I'm selecting that one. If you are trying to download this one, what happens? First, it goes to the Oracle login page. So if you want to log in this one, first you need to create an account, like similar to Gmail or Facebook. After creating an account, you'll get one link to your mail. You need to activate that link. Then only you can download. Then you can download the. See, then only you can log in. Once if you log in, then directly you can download the Java software. The similar manner, you need to download. Just a minute. So I'm going to share this link. If you don't have Java software, just take this link. Okay. In the similar manner, we need to download Eclipse IDE as well, right? Eclipse download. See here, we need to download Eclipse IDE for Java EE. On right side, you will be having versions here. On right side, you will be having versions. So currently, we are using Oxygen. Okay. So if you observe here, we will be having two things. One is Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers, and the second one is Eclipse IDE for Java developer. See, if you download Eclipse IDE for Java developers, you can work only with Core Java part, only JSC part. But if you want to develop a application, you cannot use this one. So directly we are going to work with, we are going to download Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. So you need to download 64-bit. If you click on this link, okay, download page will be open. If you click on download, a zip file will be downloaded. Just you need to unzip it, and we are going to give your path. You are going to create your own Java project and you are going to work. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to explain you how to work with Eclipse IDE. Okay, just I'm copying and sharing with this thing as well. Okay, take these two links and download the Java software and Eclipse IDE. Okay, so just tomorrow I'm going to show you how to work with basic example. Just I'm going to show you a notepad, and then remaining all the things we are going to discuss on Eclipse IDE only. Okay. Fine. This is about a brief introduction related to Java full stack, and these are the things we are going to discuss as a part of our training. Now tell me if you have any questions. We'll discuss. Any questions? Ping in chat box. Fine. So if you have any questions, you can ping me. As of now, I'm stopping here. Tomorrow we'll continue our actual sessions. Thank you.